It is Friday, May 5th. I'm Jill Wagner. Unimaginable grief and anger on Long Island after two teens were killed by an alleged drunk driver. One of the victims will be laid to rest today. There is a funeral today for 14-year-old Ethan Falkowitz. Ethan and his Roslyn middle school classmate, 14-year-old Drew Hassenbein, were killed Wednesday night. The elite athletes were on their way home after a tennis match. The car that they were in was hit by an alleged drunk, wrong-way driver in Jericho. Two other teens in the car survived. The community is devastated.
So devastating, and they had such bright futures all ahead of both of them.
Nothing will ever be the same without them.
Amazing personality, made everyone laugh, put a smile on their face always, and was just always a nice, caring, and generous person.
The driver, Amandeep Singh of Roslyn, is being held without bail, facing several charges, including vehicular manslaughter. He is due back in court next week. For more on the teens, you could go to our homepage, click Get More below the NewsdayTV video box. A wild scene in a Nassau backyard. A driver crashed through a fence and into an in-ground pool. Take a look. This is Branch Boulevard in Hewlett last night. Police say that no one was hurt. Only a Newsday, a popular ice rink set to reopen after some major renovations. The rinks at Hidden Pond Park in Hauppauge is set to open its doors on June 11th. The facility closed in February for a more than $5.5 million makeover that includes two new ice rinks, new scoreboards, and heating in the stands. The Long Island Marathon's back. The festivities kick off tonight at Eisenhower Park. There is a Friday Night Lights 5K fun run, followed by a 10K tomorrow morning, and then the full marathon on Sunday. You can expect some road closures in the area. Dozens of Long Island pooches are vying for the top dog in the 147th annual Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show. More than 40 Long Island dogs are competing in breed and group judging this year. That includes Balboa from East Meadow.
When I found out that Balboa was accepted into Westminster Dog Show, I was so excited because it is such an honor to have your dog in that show.
The Best in Show finale is Monday and Tuesday at the Billie Jean King Tennis Center in Queens. A growing trend on the island, front yard farming. Newsday TV's photojournalist Randy Dodonna has the story you'll see only in Newsday.
The estate was purchased in 1880 by William K. Vanderbilt, grandson to Cornelius Vanderbilt. It was his hunting estate. They would come out for holidays, hunting weekends, and summers. Because it was a hunting estate, they had a lot of sports, a lot of tennis, things like that, and what was very important during the Gilded Age was to have very luxurious stables. As the years went on, these buildings were sectioned off into individual residences, and that's where people now live.
We don't have backyards really here in the artist colony, and I'm a really strong proponent of growing your own food and being self-sufficient. And so I also think lawns are kind of a waste of space. So I started growing in the front yard in order to do that. And my husband wasn't a big fan at first. He very much was about the lawn, but every year he slowly ceded more space to me, and he reaps the benefits.
Everybody seems to like to garden in the front. Most of the time we see our neighbors outside. We share plants, we trade tomatoes, we trade cucumbers. It's a good way for us to get to know our neighbors.
It's really great for gardening because it's such a quaint area of the neighborhood. It's this idea that you can use the land to culminate goods and take from the land and harvest it.
For more on front yard gardens, go to our homepage, click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. Coming up, from Wall Street to whiskey.
Personally never liked vodka before. I really enjoy making it now.
Our exclusive Feed Me series continues with a trip to the Twisted Cow Distillery. Plus,
get excited. We have a look at the most anticipated films of the summer.
Are you ready for one last ride?
From Marvel to Mission Impossible, Indy and Barbie, what you'll see on the big screen.
But first, your Long Island weather. Here is a look outside at Cooper's Beach in Southampton. Sun and clouds this afternoon. There are some spotty showers, highs around 60 degrees today. Tonight we're in the mid-40s. Tomorrow and the rest of the weekend looking awesome, highs around 70 degrees. A quick look at the futurecast. You can see showers clearing tonight, and a look at your 7-day forecast is coming up.
Welcome to Newsday at the Movies. I'm Rafer Guzman, Newsday's film critic. Summer is almost here and things are heating up in the theaters. Let's start our summer movie preview with Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Are you ready for one last ride?
Marvel's misfit superheroes are back for their third movie. The gang is all here. Chris Pratt as Peter Quill, Bradley Cooper as Rocket Raccoon, and yes, Zoe Saldana as Gamora. They're fighting a mad scientist called the High Evolutionary, played by Chukwudi Iwuji. It's in theaters now. Here's another familiar face, Harrison Ford in Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
You found something on a train during the war. A dial that could change the course of history.
Why are you chasing the thing that drove your father crazy?
This is the fifth and probably last time for Ford to play the famous archaeologist. Would you believe he's 80 years old? His co-star is Phoebe Waller-Bridge from Fleabag. The director is not Steven Spielberg, it's James Mangold. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny hits theaters June 30th. Next up is Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1.
Your days of fighting for the so-called greater good are over.
It wouldn't be summer without Tom Cruise. He's once again playing Agent Ethan Hunt alongside his usual all-star cast. This is Mission Impossible number 7, and Paramount says it features the biggest stunt in cinema history. We'll see about that when Dead Reckoning hits theaters July 12th. Finally, here's a different kind of summer blockbuster from Warner Brothers and Mattel Films.
Hi, Barbie. Hi, Barbie. Hi, Barbie. Hi, Barbie.
Hi, Barbie.
Hi, Ken.
Hi, Ken.
The movie is Barbie, and Margot Robbie plays the glamorous doll who made her debut back in 1959. Ryan Gosling plays Ken, Greta Gerwig is the director, and this will be Barbie's very first live-action film. It comes out July 21st. It really does feel like the movies are back. By August, we should have 10 or even 12 major hits and a couple reaching for that billion-dollar mark. After 3 years of the pandemic, this could be an exciting summer. For Newsday TV, I'm Rafer Guzman.
Definitely something for everyone. And you could see more of Rafer's movie previews and reviews on our homepage. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box.
Feed Me is brought to you by PC Richard & Son.
Unique, one-of-a-kind spirits made right here on Long Island. Newsday TV's Scott Vogel takes us to the Twisted Cow Distillery in today's Feed Me TV.
Talks about farm to table, but what about distillery to bar? My favorite bar is local, all the patrons are local, and my vodka's from Sweden. Am I the only one who's bothered by this?
You press down?
Nope. So's this guy.
Personally never liked vodka before. I really enjoy making it now.
John Pollock spent 25 years commuting back and forth from the island to Wall Street. Could you please paint us a picture of your life before?
Train, suit, early, no sleep.
And all the while, he dreamed of a different life. Until last fall, that is, when after years of planning and research and mentorship, he transformed a former Five and Dime in East Northport into Twisted Cow Distillery. Pollock was adamant that his be Long Island spirits not just in name. The rye and wheat for his vodkas is grown at Foster Farm on the East End.
You can chew it. You can get some bread. They are edible, right?
The fruit in his Twisted Richter cider pie comes from the celebrated apple orchard just up the road.
Why do we have to get everything from halfway across the country when it's right here?
So the process from start to finish takes how long?
For a vodka, roughly 5 weeks from the time we mill our grain to the time we bottle. Press it up with 2 hands with full grip, get it on the shelf. And
right.
Perfect, well done. Now cork to bottle.
That's even easier than I thought.
Oh, look, messed up later. You have to take that one home.
Oh darn. I think it looks fine. You sure? I've seen bottles worse than this.
I can't sell that.
So we talked a lot about the distillery. Why did you want to have a bar, cocktail lounge, whatever this is?
The tasting room is a way to pay the bills as my spirits age.
I mean, it almost needs a new name because I'm used to vodka just being like, hand sanitizer basically. You could never go back to a name brand typical vodka after this, right?
That's my hope.
You're right. They're unique, one-of-a-kind spirits born of a one-of-a-kind local community.
People that have lived next to it for 20 years have never seen. Because you get on the train at 5:30 in the morning, you get home at 8:30 at night, and you don't see anyone.
And crafted by a one-of-a-kind guy who found the means and the metal to live his passion. All of us suspect from time to time that we're living the wrong life. But here's the thing, some of us are actually doing something about it. And cheers to that.
And to learn more about Twisted Cow, you could go to our homepage, click Get More below the Newsday TV video box.
Get more of the stories you've seen on Newsday TV at Newsday.com. Plus breaking news, investigations, things to do, restaurants, and other Long Island news you can't get anywhere else. At Newsday.com, covering Long Island like no one else can.
I'm Jill Wagner. Thanks for watching. We'll leave you with a look at your hyperlocal 7-day forecast.